All right, so you guys know that this is the Winners Diet show is also not only about fitness, nutrition and just life lessons, but it's also about public health, right? So sexual health, mental health. We also tie those into the show because that's important. That's just as important as your physical health. So in this article, it talks about how the UN says millions will die by 2029 is, or I guess they meant if HIV funding programs aren't replaced. Okay, this is interesting. Years of American-led investment into AIDS programs has reduced the number of people killed by the disease to the lowest levels seen in more than 3 decades and provided life-saving medicines for some of the world's most vulnerable. But in the last 6 months, the sudden withdrawal of U.S. money has caused a systemic shock, UN officials warned, adding that if the funding isn't replaced, it could lead to more than 4 million AIDS related deaths and 6 million more HIV infections by 2029. Let's read this last one. The current wave of funding losses has already destabilized supply chains, led to the closure of health facilities, left thousands of health clinics without staff, set back prevention programs, disrupted HIV testing efforts, and forced many community organizations to reduce or halt their HIV activities, UNAIDS said in a report released on Thursday. Man, yeah. So again, you guys, basically this, because this is very prominent right now. There are a lot. I'm seeing a lot of HIV cases, just STIs or STDs, however you want to call it, are definitely on the rise, especially in certain communities. You see it a lot in places like Houston, obviously Atlanta for obvious reasons. Um, I'm seeing Philly, I'm seeing DC. Um, so places like that are really being hit with HIV or just STDs or STIs at an alarming rate. And you guys, STIs have been around forever. HIV has been around forever. I didn't really know the significance um, of it until like I was probably in my teenage years, I would say. Um, because the first person that we saw, and I don't think I was born at this time, but obviously you hear about it, that was affected by HIV was Magic Johnson back in the early '90s. Which led him to earn early retirement. And then you had, I don't know, did Easy E have AIDS or was it HIV? I'm still trying to figure out. So I think what HIV leads to AIDS, I believe. It's like a gateway. It's like having diabetes, right? Type 2 diabetes. The diabetes isn't going to kill you. It's what it opens itself up to, right? So having type 2 diabetes can open yourself up to a stroke, open yourself up to other diseases that might come in because your immune system is low. So it's the same thing with HIV is HIV won't kill you, but what it opens itself up to might kill you, right? AK i.e. AIDS, things like that, because your immune system is low, so your body doesn't have those defensive agents helping to protect it. So the point is this, man. As much as we preach over here about being healthy physically, you guys have to protect yourselves on the sexual level. I know we're in an era right now where everybody's free, it's hookup culture and this and that, and yes, I participated in that culture. And I wasn't always the smartest when it came to that, but I will say this: now that I'm older and I'm seeing things for really what it is, and I'm seeing all these STIs rates going through the roof, man, Like you really gotta ask somebody their my chart before you guys get intimate. You have to ask people their my chart. And if they get offended, then hey, it is what it is. Then I don't need to be with you anyway. Because why are you getting offended that I'm asking you if you have been tested recently? You know, like this is where it's going right now. It's getting to a point where now we have to really be asking people that we come in contact with. Let me see your my chart. Let me see your last STD test. Most people have not gotten STD checks in years, bro. You'll be surprised how many people have not gotten STD checks in years. Like people are walking around with shit that they don't even know they have. Because a lot of these STDs don't have symptoms sometimes. So you have to protect yourself, man. It's scary out here, man. It's really scary out here. Um, Especially if you're living in some of these states that have the high levels of STIs. You guys got to protect yourselves, man. You got to protect yourselves. You got to ask the people that you're about to be intimate with, you know, when is the last time they got checked up? These are very important questions to ask because the last thing you want to do is get hit with the itchy scratchy. That's the last thing you want to get hit with. So always protect yourself. Obviously, it's getting to a point now where they're cutting funding, and I've had different feelings about this HIV prep stuff. I'm not gonna go into it right now, but um, I do believe there is some conspiracy behind this. Do I believe that the rates are as high as they're saying? I don't know, man. Because what's made it like what's different now? Like this shit's been around forever. So what's so different now? Why is it jumping through the roof now? And all of a sudden now there's a HIV prep that you can take that costs thousands of dollars a month or just to get. So it's the timing is, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not gonna go down that route, but the timing is it's a big coincidence here. So, but overall, man, the best thing I can say is protect yourself, go get tested. The person that you're with, make sure you guys are getting tested prior to getting intimate. Um, just be safe out here, man. It's crazy out here. Just be very careful, be very safe. This is not something that you guys want to play with. Some of this shit is uncurable. Some of this shit you're gonna have for the rest of your life. You know, again, I wasn't always the best person, but now that I'm older, I'm very particular about these type of things because this is not something that you want to play with, man. This is not no. Get tested, man. Take your life. This is your life. Take it serious. Take it serious. This could really change your life if you guys get in contact with one of these diseases. It could really alter the course of how you interact with people, you know, who you choose to date. Like all that, everything's gonna change, man. So just be smart.